So I often say, half of self-defense is staying in shape, being fit, and I stand by that. But here's another thing. Um, Being tough and being fit does not mean you can fight. That's the other half of self-defense is, actually knowing how to fight. Look, there's a bunch of guys who are young, strong, fit in a superior way. They will still get their ass beat. I mean, this happens with a lot of people in the military. Like you fresh out of boot camp, uh, or maybe you just got out of Ranger school, RASP, or out of out of special forces or whatever, and you feel in your oats. You feel you're tough, but guess what? They're not trained to fight. Like they get a little bit of training in combatives, like maybe Army combatives or MACP if you're in the Marines, and the Rangers and Special Forces they get a little bit of training, but that is nothing compared to like a professional MMA fighter, a Thai boxer, um, a, a BJJ player. These people are trained to unalive people with their bare hands. Okay, it's not the same thing. I mean, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're in the military, you're going to spend most of your time training in firearms and tactics, not you know learning barehanded skills because that wouldn't make sense on the on the in the field, right? But yeah, a lot of these guys learn the hard way. They fresh, like I said, they fresh out of boot, fresh out of training, and they get into these skirmishes in bars and in places overseas, and they get their heads whopped, and it happens here in the States too, where people think just because they hit the gym and do all this sort of stuff that they tough. Being tough does not mean you can fight. That just means you're ready to handle the physical altercation of a fight. You still need to learn how to fight. You have to actually have to train. And one day of hand to hand combat is not going to do it. I'm sorry to tell you. So if you're relying on that, you're in for a brutal awakening. And I don't want that to happen to people. So if you're physically fit, that's great. But now you need to train, learn how to fight.